Well, hello everybody. Hey, I'm so glad you made it back and you're here to get my free How to Hypnotize video. And I'm right here with my trusty clipboard because what I'm going to do first is I'm going to introduce this video segment you're about to see, and then after the video segment is over, I'm going to come back to go through all the really important parts. So this segment, you're going to see it with the video. It's a short induction. It only takes about 4 or 5 minutes to do this hypnotic induction. So the whole segment that you're going to watch is only about 12 minutes long, because I'm also, in addition to doing the hypnotic induction, I'm also going to do some really cool stuff I didn't even tell you about. I'm going to do some depth testing, and I'm going to show you how to do an instant induction by post-hypnotic suggestion. And let me kind of set this up for you. So, one other thing, more free stuff. Right below this video, right down here, is also a link. That link is to the Banyan induction, so you don't have to write all this down. It's right there typed out for you, and it's better than that. It's actually an even more recent version. It's the actual version that I use in classes now. People fly in from all over the world to come to my classes, and this is the first induction that they learn. And it is this PDF file, this text is the one that they get. It's the most recent version. It's slimmed down a little bit, so instead of taking like 5 minutes, it should take you about 4 minutes to do it. So another cool free item. All right, okay, that's enough for now. What I want to say quickly before this begins is make sure that when you use this hypnotic induction, don't do it standing up like I'm doing in the demonstration, at least until you've had a lot of experience and you're sure that if your client was to kind of collapse on you or fall because of the induction and the depth of relaxation they're experiencing, that you'd be able to manage it. But please, for the first, 100 times you do this, do it in a nice recliner, do it in a nice chair. The reason I'm doing it standing up is for one reason only, and that is so that everyone in the classroom there can see what I'm doing. Okay, so with that, we're going to cut to the video, and I'll be right back as soon as it's over. Enjoy the video. Well, what I'd like to do is, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, so a demonstration's got to be worth at least 20,000 words. And so I'd like to have a volunteer to kind of help me out with some hypnosis. And so maybe someone from the front. Kathy, would you be willing to help me out with some hypnosis? All right, good. Thank you very much. So come up, I looked at her, she looked like she was perfectly comfortable in doing that with me. I've already asked if there was any questions. She's had a chance, so she's been through the pre-talk in a way. In fact, I think you've seen my pre-talk video, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Good. Now, during the session, is it okay if I touch your hand, your arm, your shoulder, maybe even your forehead? Good. Would you like to do hypnosis with me now?
Sure.
Good. I'm going to have you face forward. During the hypnosis session, I just want you to have your hands not touching. And then I'm going to have my hand on your shoulder.
Okay.
And that's because your eyes will be closed. It kind of helps you keep your balance.
Okay.
Okay? Good. All right. Just take a look at my hand. Take a nice, easy breath in. As you exhale, just relax and close your eyes. Good. Now, you know that you can relax your eyelids so beautifully that so long as you decide to hold on to that relaxation, they just won't work. So I'd like you to do that now. Just let those eyelids be relaxed. Hold on to the relaxation. Once you're sure you've done that, give them a little check. You'll find your eyebrows move, but your eyelids remain closed. Good. Stop checking and go deeper relaxed. Good. Now what I'd like you to do is take that feeling of relaxation that you're allowing in your eyelids to the top of your head. Let the top of your head be relaxed like your eyelids are relaxed. Good. Now just send that feeling of relaxation like a warm wave of relaxation. Good. All the way from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. No matter how deep relaxed you go with me today, you're always going to be able to stand. Good. In a moment, I'm going to do a little check just to make sure you understand and you're following my instructions. In a moment, I'm going to pick up your right arm by the wrist. Don't help me lift it. Just let it be loose, limp, and relaxed, heavy with relaxation. When I drop it, you'll be able to go even deeper. Here we go. Let me do all the lifting. Beautiful. And deeper. Beautiful. In a moment, we're going to do some of that process again because people do better with practice. One more time, I'd like you to take your attention to your eyelids. Hold on to that relaxation just like before and test them to make sure they won't work. Good. Stop testing and go deeper relaxed. Now take that feeling of relaxation to the top of your head and send it down like a wave of relaxation, as if you meant to go 10 times deeper relaxed. Good. One more time, just like before. Take your attention to your eyelids. Hold on to the relaxation. Test them to make sure they won't work. Good. Stop testing and go deeper relaxed. Very good. One more time, take that feeling of relaxation to the top of your head. And this time send it down like a wave of relaxation that takes you 2 times deeper. Send it all the way down, the top of your head, the bottom of your feet. Good. Beautiful. Now we're going to relax the mind. That's what we really want to do. In a moment, I'm going to have you begin to count, starting with the number 1. After each number, let your mind relax, like your body's relaxed. And after a couple of numbers, it doesn't take long. You'll be able to relax your mind so beautifully that the numbers fade away to nothing, nothing, nothing. When that begins to happen, let me know by raising your right index finger. Slowly, softly, begin.
1.
Good. Softer.
2.
Slower.
3.
Now let your mind relax like your body's relaxed. Good. Calm and distant. Good. And go deeper. And now as I count from 1 down to 5, let it be as if we could actually double this relaxation. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. Here we go. 1. Way down. Safe, secure, comfortable. 2. Every breath takes you deeper. Every thought takes you deeper. Every sensation. 3. Way down. Halfway there. 4. So deeply relaxed, it's as if you were asleep at night. 5. Now all you care about is the sound of my voice and how deeply relaxed you can go in this moment. In a moment, I'm going to count starting with the number 1. After each number, you're going to find that your eyes twitch and tighten until they're locked down tight, touching you on the forehead. 1. Eyelids twitching and tightening, twitching and tightening. 2. Squeezing tighter and tighter. 3. Heavy, locked down, glued shut, zip tight, squeezing more and more, tighter and tighter. 4. 5. Now they're stuck like glue. You try to open them, but you cannot. You try, but you cannot. You try, but you cannot. Good. Stop trying and go deeper, way down. Very good. In a moment, I'm going to have you take your hand, stick it out in front of you, and then just leave it right there. Just gently, easily, we take your hand out in front of you. Good. Now I'd like you to leave it right there. Good. In a moment, I'm going to have you lock it, and it's going to become stiff and rigid like a bar of steel. We lock it at the elbow. Good. We lock it at the shoulder. Beautiful. Now I give it another tug, and it becomes stiff and rigid like a bar of steel. Stiff and rigid like a bar of steel. Now any pressure down, and it springs up. Pressure down, and it springs up. Pressure down, and it springs up. Beautiful. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to 3, you'll try to lower it, but you'll not be able to. 1, 2, 3. Try harder, 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 harder. When you're convinced, say, I'm convinced.
I'm convinced.
Good. I touch it again, it becomes loose, limp, and relaxed. It plops down, and you go deeper and deeper, way down, safe, secure, comfortable. In a moment, we're going to put that arm out there in front of you again. This time it'll just hang out there nice and comfortable, as if it was floating. Just let it go right up there. Beautiful. And now as I stroke your hand, it begins to become numb and number, numb and number. Perhaps there's a tingling sensation coming in. But
No matter what I do here could not affect you in any way. Just numb, numb, numb. Every touch I give you, it just becomes more numb. That's right. Nothing, 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 nothing. What did you feel?
No pressure.
Good. Any pain?
Mm-mm.
Good. In a moment, I'm going to touch it again. This time, let all feeling go away from your hand. Just let that. Nothing, 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 nothing. What did you feel that time?
I like pressure.
Good. No pain.
No.
Good. In a moment, I'm going to place your hand in front of you. As I do, you will look down at your hand and see the marks I left there. Good. And the camera might want to come in and take a close zoom on that. Okay. Now I'm going to touch your hand and you look right down there and you'll be amazed. Those thumbnail marks. Good. You see that? Good. And you felt no pain, right?
Mm-mm.
Good. Now I drop your hand, you go deeper and way down. All feeling returns to your hand. All feeling returns to your hand. Very good. Deeper and deeper relaxed. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to 3, I want you to look at me, but not before. That's right, when I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to 3, I want you to open your eyes, turn, and look at me. And then at that moment, I'm going to tug on my ear and say the word sleep. At that time, I'd like you to close your eyes and go even deeper. If that's okay with you, gently nod your head yes. Good. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and sleep. Way down. Deeper than before. Beautiful. I'm going to do that a couple more times. Nature of human beings to do better with practice. 1, 2, 3, and sleep. You sleep and relax. Very good. 1, 2, 3, and sleep. Way down. Good. Even after I merge you, for a couple minutes after I merge you, all I have to do is tug on my ear and say the word sleep, and you'll go right back into hypnosis. If that's okay with you, just nod your head yes. Good. Wonderful. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to 3 this time, you open your eyes. You'll be fully immersed. We're going to talk a little bit and just share. 1, preparing to emerge. 2, coming up more and more. 3. Good. And you do feel good, don't you?
Yeah.
Good. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Are you kind of surprised at the gents I left in there?
Mm-hmm.
No pain, is that correct?
Not when you were doing it.
Good. Now it's hurting a little
A
bit?
little bit.
Sorry about that. Sleep, sleep and relax. Way down. Deeper, deeper than the time before. Way down. Safe, secure, comfortable. Every time you do hypnosis with me or anyone you trust, you're going to be able to go in more deeply, more profoundly than the time before. That's right. Whenever you do hypnosis with yourself or anyone you trust, you're going to find you're going to go in more deeply than the time before. Yes. Good. In a moment, I'll have you straighten your head up so you'll be nice and comfortable. In a moment, I'm going to have you give me your arm once again. And just raise that arm up. Very nice. Good. And we're going to do a little work here on your arm. Nothing but good feelings here. Nothing but good feelings. All good feelings. As I rub this, it just becomes more and more numb until there's absolutely nothing. Nothing, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. Good. And put it back down. What did you feel?
Just rubbing.
Just rubbing, no pain?
No.
Good. Very good. All right. And just to show everybody that I don't have control over you, it's not like I have mind control over you, I'd like you to just, at your own comfortable rate, go ahead and emerge yourself. Completely and totally. Oh, feels good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Wow, see, it's not so complicated. Anybody that really wanted to learn how to hypnotize someone could do it. And not just hypnotize, but test for the depth of hypnosis. And I'm going to now use my trusty clipboard, and I'm going to go through step by step on some of the important things that I want you to know about what you just saw. Oh, and in case you're wondering, yes, I have lost a lot of weight since I made that video, and that's because of thanks to 7-path self-hypnosis, some cool things that I learned about emotions and eating, which you can learn about in my Secret Language of Feelings book, and also some cool things I've learned about cleansing. So it's cool. I'm about, I don't know, 30, 35 pounds lighter than back then, and a lot happier to boot. All right. Now, so before this person, Kathy, was induced into hypnosis, I want you to know she went through a pre-talk. And the pre-talk that I use for her is what I call the Truth About Hypnosis video. It's a video of me taking her through all those important things so that she knows that hypnosis is natural, it's safe, so that she understands what the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is. And I'll tell you a little secret. Right now, I'm working on a project to get you a video, to get you a copy of that, a video you can watch right here on the website. And if you wanted to, you could have your subject watch the video, the very same video that that Kathleen watched and all of our clients watch before we do hypnosis with them. So I'll let you know as soon as that's available. We're going to have it right here. You can watch it so you could, find out what a good hypnosis pre-talk looks like. And also, if you want to, you can have the subject watch it right there on the computer screen. All right. Now, once again, I want to remind you, do not do this induction with the client standing. It's just not safe unless you've had a lot of practice, and there's actually some special training you go through on how to do an induction standing. So please don't do it standing with your subjects or ever with a client unless you've had that training. I'm doing it just for one reason, and the one reason is to so that everyone can see what I'm doing in the induction. Notice that I got permission to touch her before I started the induction. Now, in the induction that I used, there is touching. I might touch her on the forehead or the arm or the finger, and always before the induction, ask them simply, may I have permission to touch your hand, your arm, your shoulder, maybe even your forehead. And now, of course, if they don't give you permission, then you can't do those things. And you can do the induction without touching, but it's much more effective if you can. Okay. Now, the time of this induction is only about 4, maybe 5 minutes long. And notice that I use a natural tone of voice. And the speed of my voice is a natural speed. It's just conversational speed. I want you to get out of your mind this idea that you have to have this super low, soft, FM kind of voice, Barry White kind of voice to be a good hypnotist. You don't. You just need to be able to speak clearly enough for your client to understand what you're saying, and also to speak in a congruent tone. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about congruency here in just a minute. All right. Let's see. Now, there's 3 parts to this hypnotic induction. The first part is I have the individual relax their body. Okay, we're just going to have them relax their body. Now, hypnosis is not relaxation. It's such an important thing for you to understand. It's not relaxation. The reason we relax the body is so that we can relax the mind. Because the relaxed mind becomes porous to suggestions. And so it is able to accept suggestions that the tense mind, the overprotected mind is not able to. So we relax the body and then use that relaxation in the body as a model for relaxing the mind. And we do that with the disappearing numbers part of the induction. Now, as soon as they're induced, then what I want to do is I want to deepen them a little bit more, and I do that with a 1 down to 5 count. So that whole thing, that relaxing the body, relaxing the mind, all of that stuff, and then deepening, it's all done in about 4 minutes. And that is so much better than the inductions that are used mostly in our profession, which are the progressive relaxation inductions, which take 2, 3, 4, 5, even more times longer. All right. When I have her lose the numbers, I have her begin counting starting with the number 1. After each number, she lets her mind relax more until the numbers have faded away. Now, here's a little tip, insider technique, and I've got a lot more of them for you, and I'll tell you why and when and how in just a moment. But some hypnotists that have used this kind of induction in the past would just wait until they stopped counting out loud. The problem with that is, now I'm getting a little technical here, when people stop counting out loud, sometimes they can continue talking silently in themselves. They might go 1, 2, 3, and then silently in their own mind they're going 4, 5, 6, but you're not hearing them, and the person, the hypnotist might think, oh, now they've lost the numbers, but they really haven't. And what they've really experienced is aphasia, and that's the inability to speak, rather than amnesia, which is the inability to recall. And so what happens when they lose the numbers, they really forget or are not able to recall the next number that comes up. Okay. Now when they lose that number, when they go 1 and you go slower and softer, they go 2, and then you continue to encourage them to relax their mind, they go 3, and then finally they stop talking and they raise that finger, then what's happening there is they are in a state of amnesia by suggestion, and this is a test for a very deep level of hypnosis. It's a very special kind of test. It is what we call a covert test, which means that they don't know they're being tested, which means that if they fail the test, then you could always just go to another deepening technique and they won't know they failed. And I'm going to tell you a little secret right now. And that is, hypnosis is a confidence game. If you don't get their confidence, you're not going to you're not going to get them in the game. So what we want to do is never do anything in hypnosis that the client is likely to fail. So when we do testing for depth of hypnosis, we do it covertly. See, the person doesn't know that I'm testing. Then I can do other tests like the eyelid catalepsy and the arm catalepsy, which are for very light levels of hypnosis, with a level of certainty that they're going to pass them. And those hypnotic tests, such as eye lock, when I have her lock her eyelids down and not be able to open them, have her arm out in front of her but not be able to lower it, that's arm catalepsy. Those are convincers, because she knows she's being tested, and when she finds out that she's unable to open her eyes and she's unable to lower her arm, then she's convinced she's in hypnosis. Now, why would I do that? Because when someone realizes they're in hypnosis, it is a deepening technique. There's another insider tip, trick, and technique. Also, when they realize that they're in hypnosis, it is also gives them more confidence, and it just makes the whole session go better. And of course, for demonstration purposes, it's excellent to be able to do those examples of hypnotic phenomenon with a level of certainty like I do in the video. All right, let's see. Oh, you see me check for anesthesia and analgesia. Okay, what I got there was a level of analgesia, which is the blockage of pain. And then I pinched her so hard. When I do classes, I let my thumbnail get kind of long so I can pinch her hard enough to leave a mark. And then I have her look at that mark in her hand, and it's a big, big, big convincer. And this person becomes more and more hypnotizable in the future. And guess what? If you ever become a professional hypnotist or professional hypnotherapist, you know what? When you give those good convincers like that, then your clients, they talk about you because you've given them something to talk about, and they tell their friends, and then when their friends want to consider hypnosis, they want to see you. All right. Now, another thing that you saw, which was really, really cool, was a time when I had her open her eyes and close her eyes, and I tug on my earlobe and say sleep. And I do that over and over, compounding that suggestion. Why do I do that? So that it would be powerfully accepted and work even after I emerge her. So after I emerge her, then what do? I start asking her some questions, and then out of nowhere, so cool, I go sleep, and boom, she just goes right back into hypnosis. And here was a bonus gift to you. That induction is an instant induction I didn't even promise you. And now if she was ever to become a client of mine, what would I do? I could use that instant induction with her. I'd say, hey, you mind if I use the ear tug induction? And if she said, no, that's fine with me, I can say, look at me and sleep. and she would instantly go back into that level of hypnosis, a deep level of hypnosis. And I demonstrated that we went into a deep level of hypnosis for her by once again doing that test for analgesia by pinching on her arm and having her experience no pain. Okay, that's it. I've demonstrated it for you. And remember to get the PDF. It's linked right below. I've got more cool stuff coming to you. I'm going to try to figure out a way to get you another video where I'm going to go into even deeper. I know some of you want to understand even more insider tips, tricks, and techniques. And next I'm going to be working on that video because I know you guys are going to be emailing me and saying, well, what are you doing? How come you're touching her on her shoulder? And all these other things. Some of you are very observant, and I'm going to put together another video for that. Also, gosh, I know some of you folks are going to be kind of wondering where you could get that whole video. Now, first I want to say that this is not about selling you that video, but I know some of you are going to email me if I don't put it on the video. If you want to get the entire video that is excerpted from, all you got to do is go right down below. There is another link for the instant and rapid inductions for the professional. Link there, and if you'd like to get that, all the information is down there. But what I would ask you to do as a favor is please tell your hypno friends about these videos, and as you know, we have a way for you to just email people off and let them know and get more cool stuff. Okay, that's it. I'm signing off. Go out there and hypnotize someone.